I expect a pretty exciting bot lane at that. Hopefully one of them doesn't get, you know, Aphelios, and then, you know, everything's thrown out the drain. But let's go ahead and get into champion select to start things off. Talon on your blue side with Big Fafa and Sorrow on the coaching roles, helping with draft, and JTeam on red, Ratis and Cold Ice helping them.
Excited to see how this is going to progress, because like we did mention how Unified and LV will be the key players for Talon and JTeam. Again, the top two farmers of the PCS. Lil V, I think, got 10.8 CSM and Unified with 10. Now Ornn gonna be right off the bat gonna be eliminated. The usuals will probably be out of the draft, which is Aphelios and Senna. But that depends. Let's see if we're gonna be seeing Set out in the open. Another LeBlanc ban, so probably setting up another Zoe pick for Talon side.
Possibly, if Candy wants to bring that into the mid lane. Usually we'd see the Syndra banned out here as the last rotation if they wanted to first pick it. Again, though, there's still Cassiopeia. I'm not a big fan of the Zoe blind picks.
Nah.
It's usually just ended up causing more damage than good. JTeam, though, they're taking the advice. You know what? They're getting rid of the Aphelios, the Ornn. Last one, all they need to get rid of is the Senna. Please get rid of the Senna. That's all I'm asking.
They will probably get rid of the Senna.
At this point, we should just make it so Red Side just auto bans it, like in the client, and then it just, you know, it saves us some time and chance.
It skips through. Yeah, it skips through. It's just
Yeah,
a blue ban. Now that opens up Set. Not sure if Talon wants to have that, though. Hanabi haven't played that yet. Actually, it was more of Rest's champion. He played it twice already. So that's going to be a nice takeaway if they do lock that in for themselves. Now this opens up, what are you going to get? Maybe the Misfortune rotation, maybe probably get a jungler on your side as well. Or maybe just lock in the Misfortune Braum if ever you decide to go for that.
You might as well take that away. I'm interested, you know, if they decide to put Prio onto the bot side of the map. We'd like to see it. Those were the matchup we were looking to focus.
Ooh, right.
Rest, though, going to be on the Renekton this time. I believe this is Rest's first Renekton, actually, of the tournament.
That is true.
Usually he's playing into Renekton. That's usually what ends up getting picked against him. People like to try and bully him in lane, but this time around he'll have the option to do so against Hanabi on Set, unless we see Candy using the Set in mid lane.
Right now, again, locking in that Renekton, you're going to be on a ticking time bomb, or time limit rather.
Right.
But then it depends what Nesty decides to pick. I'm liking this Ezreal pick. It's just one of the safest picks, or the only safe pick that I can think of right now against the Misfortune lane.
Pair it up with the Braum. I think that's your way to go. You deny the ultimate from the Misfortune during team fights. Braum Ezreal in lane is just a really good combo. So far I'm enjoying Talon's draft. It's pretty straightforward. I would say I'd be, like, you know, shocked by some of these picks. I'm not, though. And now it's getting concerning because I used to not be able to predict champion selects that well. Yeah. And now it's like,
predictable.
Okay, this is getting really predictable. Let's change up the meta. Let's get going.
But JTeam has Nesty, so at that point, you will probably be a little bit surprised later on at probably the last pick.
I expect them to try and use it for a counter pick onto Candy. Candy's had some really good matches so far. I'm interested that the Rakan is picked so early, as that's the option JTeam goes for instead of, you know, like the Nautilus, the Thresh that they've usually been using.
Oh, that's true. Well, since the bans have been trying to set up for a Zoe pick, let's not have the Zoe for JTeam. And yeah, it is understandable as they do want to secure that Ezreal immediately, and as well as the Braum, so don't want to risk it. Let's see what else Candy decides to play. I mean, Candy played the Lucian mid last time.
True.
It was against a... yeah, so if ever, I think Candy would enjoy the matchup against Nesty if ever he does play either another melee
I do
mid
believe
lane.
It was a red side Lucian, though, so
yeah,
that was picked last in the draft, so I don't think it's safe for them to try and go for the
counter
right away.
It's not possible.
I'm interested. Does Talon just ban out the Rek'Sai here, and then we have a pretty much new jungle pool on the table? Both squads. We already got 3-4 jungle bans. Rek'Sai would make it 5. That's been kind of the top 5 when it comes to the jungle here in the PCS.
Haven't seen much Sejuani. Looks like they're taking their time, maximum time here.
Oh, there we go.
Alright, what are your options here for the side of JTeam? I mean, we saw that River has played, or rather, Talon, JTeam has played a couple of, Sejuani.
They could go Sejuani if they want to go for this big team fight. That might be the option they're going for. There's also like Lee Sin available too. And if the Sejuani's picked up, maybe that's the answer here for River. I know River actually really enjoys his Lee Sin. I don't think he's been able to play it. I think he got one time, I believe he was able to play it actually.
Yeah, he played one time, and meanwhile, Hana will be in a familiar champion, which has been played at least once already on Sejuani. But we'll have to see. I'm curious what Candy plays.
Oh my god! Yes! Do it! Oh! Okay!
It's been a while since
it's been a while, but in solo queue, Karthus is actually busted right now.
Oh no.
And he's just not used in comp, I guess, at the moment, at least in PCS. But like, actually in solo queue, you want to climb easy, jungle Karthus. Dark Harvest, jungle Karthus, as long as you get ahead early, it's easy game, easy life.
That's true, because River already sees the enemy jungle, so it's going to be Sejuani. It's not like it's something like at the top of my head.
It
Trundle,
can invade.
Lee Sin. True, it can invade.
It's not like a Lee Sin, though, that's going to be like, hey, you know, I see you in
Hello.
the jungle, you're now dead. Azir also locked in for Candy, so he's going to have the Emperor in the mid lane. Now for JTeam, what do they wish to finish this draft off? Likely going in mid.
Very worried about priority here for Talon Esports.
Okay, Silas.
Okay, there. That's Nesty, the Nesty game. Nesty did play Silas already, and we'll have to see how those pans out. It's gonna be a crazy team fight composition for JTeam. Meanwhile, for Talon, Karthus, press R. Want to be a little bit more explosive.
Hey, Silas can also press R at this
Oh,
point too.
that is true.
Remember, that's a thing as well with this Silas. Your ultimate's become his ultimate, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, it's
Are we seeing Ignite? I can't. There's got to be a flash going in there. I think they were changing. I was like,
I think they were
Ignite teleport Azir.
Ignite teleport
boy.
Azir. We
Let's
never know.
We're going to go ahead and load on into the Rift for our final game of Week 2. Get things finished off here. Talon looking to bounce back after their loss yesterday. Meanwhile, JTeam looking to add on to their total and actually tie with Talon if they're able to find the victory here themselves.
I'm curious. This is... I was expecting a surprise on towards JTeam side since they're usually the ones,
creative ones,
the more creative ones. But Talon, hello there, nicely done. Karthus jungle.
It's a spooky Karthus, okay? He's spooking. He's got the Dark Harvest. All right, he knows how to. At least he knows his runes. I'm happy now.
Dark Harvest, Gragas, flashbacks.
Yeah, whoever. Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Creativity
is
always welcome.
That ended up working at any point. I still have issues with it.
Oh boy. All right, so the game plan here for JT, they do have a really nice early comp with Rest and Hana here. So I'm guessing the game plan is most likely if they can achieve any sort of invade or trying to bother out River, as he'll be staying in the jungle for a while.
He wants to stay in the jungle for a little bit.
Yeah.
Not too long, though, because you really, if you're able to get a kill early on, you get the ball rolling, and then the game snowballs out of control.
Yes.
When you're going with this Karthus. So you're going to farm up, and then if you're able to find something early, it's amazing. In competitive, like you mentioned, it's a little bit more farm game than being aggressive, but if you are able to find opportunities with it, like the Karthus will just get out of control, and it doesn't matter what you have on your team. This is a delayed invade actually coming out here from Talon. River wants to River's invading with a Karthus.
Wow.
Hello.
They're confident. Talon is confident.
This is confidence, and then there might be a little bit of dumbness here. This is
reset.
It resets. Yeah, River. I'm not a fan of that one. He also doesn't really get a leash now from his from anyone. So let's see. Does he just go over to
Raptors?
I think he does Raptors. Yeah, that's the option now. Is he does Raptors? That jungle line is bloody broken when it comes to regen early on.
Yep.
Well, you tag everybody, you siphon back the health. So River can do that just fine. Gutsy from River, I'll give him that. I've not seen the invading Karthus before.
Yeah, it's usually the other way around.
Yeah, usually you invade the Karthus. That's also nice there too because it lets River know when Sejuani appears on this side of the map. Because if he really wanted to, he could get, you know, a little bit sneaky and try and steal away that camp. Instead, though, River, he's going to have to get back his mana a little bit. He'll get that on the blue buff at least. Yep,
that's true. Also able to spot out if ever it is time for Hana to be in that portion of the map. Therefore,
is this the toy box for Nectin?
It is. It is
it's
a
a
toy
weird
box.
chroma on him. Hanabi, he's not able to get that haymaker off. He'd probably like to actually use that. The rest gets back to safety though.
And at this time, it's going to be Scuttle, which is going to be spawning soon. But it looks like he's going to visit that area a little bit.
He might go aggressive here. He gets the Conqueror. Hanabi already used his haymaker, so he doesn't have the shielding. Waiting for that true grift. Face breaker is there. Hanabi flashing away, but no. Rest follows up, and that's first blood up in the top lane in the 1v1 for Rest.
Wait. In the meantime, River stole the red of Hana.
Oh, did he? Oh,
he
that's
did.
Hilarious. That's one thing at least going in favor of Talon here is Hanabi rather aggressive, especially once you use the haymaker, especially for wave clear. Rest is like, all right, you don't have cooldown, you don't have a shield anymore. Yeah, I can just go all in you. I'm interested how much we don't get to see the cooldown on Hanabi's haymaker, but I think Hanabi was just, if he got into the bush, maybe he would have gotten enough time to get it off cooldown, but early on, it's pretty long, so there's not a whole lot you can do as a set without that being available.
And Rez will be pretty much happy about that with that early game kill, as well as JTeam having first blood. And again, River would be happy as well of having a 3-buff start on this Karthus jungle.
Yeah, he ends up invading enough that he gets it finally. He is spotted out by a ward, so they are going to track him. It was a little bit early for him to be there, but all is fine.
Looks like Hana not be able to get that red buff exchange, as he's going to be satisfied with just going for that Sculler.
Well, he's happy at least.
Yeah.
I guess the level 1 could have been actually pretty decent for Talon. They did have a Braum. Braum's really good at level 1 if you just get the tag with the frozen stacks, so. In the end, don't matter. River still gets a buff off the side of Hana, and he's just going to keep on power farming until he gets that 6. Even pinging where he's going. He's like, guys, I'm here. He's been doing that a lot. He's actually been pinging camp to camp. So it's more like if anybody gets low, they just scream at River and say, all right, halt, get us a kill, please.
And at this point, Rest, again, could go round number 2 here onto Hanabi. Remember this time I was part of this really nice... oh, wait. Rest.
Rest can go aggressive. He hits level 6. He actually timed this very well. Hanabi will be forced back. Hanabi now going to go underneath the tower. He doesn't have flash. Haymaker is going to be there. Meanwhile, here's the Karthus, but River unable to do a whole lot there. Rest, very good idea. I like it. Pretty much waited for himself to be at 1 minion left until he could go for the possible... oh, do they dive here? River doesn't have any mana.
Yeah, this is the perfect time to dive, as, you know, River still doesn't have Requiem. So at least once level 6 hits for Talon, it gives, like, JT a little bit of hesitation to go over-aggressive, as they might take it too much, and therefore River finishing off the kill later on. Even paired that up with Unified as well with a True Shot Barrage. That's going to be explosive in the later phases of the game once they get their spikes on, especially with the Ezreal, the usual level 2 item spike monster on Unified, perhaps, as we progress into this match.
Gonna calm down for a bit, I think. We might see some action around this Cloud Drake. Fortunately for JTeam, they don't really have any prio. They're gonna get some vision down that'll at least keep track of where this Karthus is going. And perfect timing because River's nearby, and he didn't see that ward go down, so we get a free little glimpse into the jungle of Talon.
Meanwhile, it's gonna be a little bit tough for the bot lane of Talon Esports. That's gonna be the first back of Lil V already with a BF sword. So most of this hits, especially if the Qs connect, is going to be quite painful. Kaiwing's there, no worries. Hana not level 6 yet, but River is already.
You know, he's got that Requiem ready. Whether or not there's any action in the lane, I think the only lane he's going to see action is likely top lane. Because,
sure.
you know, Hanabi, though Hanabi undersells himself, you know, when they were doing the Ask Me Anything, Hanabi was like, oh, I think I'm the number 10 jungler when it comes to PCS. He likes being aggressive. Hanabi loves being aggressive. And it's interesting with their team dynamic, because I believe Hanabi has a little bit of Korean in his language, so he's able to actually communicate rather well with River and Candy, which is the jungle mid duo for Talon. They're the imports coming in for Talon. So it's going to be a trade. Cloud Drake for the Rift Herald. Some guaranteed cooldown reduction on the ultimate for likely first brick gold if Talon can find an opportunity with it.
And I really like this as well, coming from Talon, with the exchange of the Cloud Drake. No pressure whatsoever. You just shift your bot lane towards the top side of the map, and therefore funnel in a couple of golds, or rather spread it out towards these three key members. And it's perfect, I guess. Just don't summon it right next to the tower, as rest might cancel it, or the jogging Shelly might occur, as demonstrated earlier into the match. And right now, let's see who gets first tower. That is the question, because Rest was forced to go back. His teleport is almost up, at least. And that's what's going on for him.
Hanabi now back down bot lane. Slightly down in CS. He'll head on back to base. Like you mentioned, teleport is available. Candy already used his. River taking his time, just farming away.
Yes, that is definitely what the plan is, especially for Talon. Especially for Talon.
When are we gonna get like Farmer Karthus skin?
Farmer Card.
Yes.
Oh yeah, because he does have like a sickle.
Yeah, he's like a sickle.
It is a sickle.
He could become like the next Fiddlesticks. He could become like cornfield
Cornfield Karthus. That
yes, there you go.
that rolls off the tongue
And
really
then
well.
like his ultimate is just a giant stack of corn that comes boom from
Oh, that is $1 million idea. I would buy that skin. If for the
the sky.
lulz.
You know
I
how
think
much more skins actually make? They make more than $1 million most of the time.
So it's literally $1 million idea.
I'm liking it. I'm liking that idea.
It could potentially be one of the April Fool's line, for sure.
I'm trying to think what other kind of skins you do for Karthus. Like what other sickle stuff?
Oh, anything colorful and
Anything-
nice,
anything
like
colorful?
a Project or Star Guardian Karthus.
Star Guardian Karthus.
That would be so
Oh,
cool.
that would be kind of hilarious.
It is.
Actually, I feel like he'd be more of a Dark Star
Oh yeah, Dark
skin
Star.
line likely. But, you know, Shelly comes down, doesn't actually get a whole lot. Only the 2 turret plates. Hunby back up in top lane, punching away at the tower. Taking the Minecraft approach to gameplay.
Teleport.
Hunby. Oh, you're also tanking tower. Let's see. Lil V comes on over to the side.
Boom.
Showstopper is out, and he gets the safety, able to flash before the stun comes through. So, nicely done. No summoner, though, so he's got to be a little bit careful here, as JTeam could position rather aggressively.
Yeah, the Great Escape. And now Rest's ult expires. He's still sticking around because River is on his way there.
There's River. Bullet time going to come out. Hanabi, though, he's got that haymaker, so he's just fine. They're just trying to chunk him down and get him away from the tower.
Yeah, that's the thing. They don't really have enough engage to work with, especially if you don't have the showstopper anymore. Especially you're using a Karthus. It's just lay down the wall for the slow. Yeah, so basically Talon is just going to try and overwhelm you with damage, or perhaps wait for JT to initiate, because that's what their team comp is all about anyways. Quite understandable. We will see Talon's strength to rise later on. Flash still up for rest. Oh.
You see River, he's trying to sneak up into top lane. And opts not to. As Hanabi's going to try and get a sneaky back in the brush. He is spotted out, though. Meanwhile, hello, Kaiwing. Does he have, like, a Jello Poro?
But
Or is it, like, jam? Or, like, honey?
I want to
That's
know.
like a see-through Poro.
Ghost
I haven't seen
honey
that skin
Poro.
that much.
Same here. I think that's the first time.
Oh, breakfast sounds nice. Waffles right now.
Ooh, duh, you're making me hungrier.
Okay, one of the weird ones, actually, like when, because again, the game is going to be quiet down. We'll go into story time for a little bit here.
Okay.
First thing I noticed coming into Bangkok is I saw an A&W. And as a Canadian, like, we have A&Ws all over the place in Canada.
Yes.
I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then they have chicken burgers that are made with waffle patties, like as waffle buns. So
Burgers with waffles as
so
patties?
it is waffles. It is burgers made with waffles and then meat in the middle.
So instead of buns.
It's
okay.
waffle.
That is interesting. Did you taste it?
No, I have not had it yet. I was tempted. I was like, do I really want to? Hanabi gets a little bit of a push in. He's slowly chipping away at this tower. Ooh, look at this. River has snuck his way on over, able to get a decent chunk of damage. Oh, the pullback actually took him out of the Skittle, so Rest able to get home to safety. Did have to blow a flash. Meanwhile, Ocean Drake was secured by JTeam, and Rest still taking a little bit of damage here from River. River's really looking for this. He'd like to get the ball rolling. Meanwhile, bot lane, first brick gold goes in favor of JTeam. They put that onto the Misfortune. Here we go. There's the dive in top lane. Rest, though, able to trade back one kill. Nest also nearby. And Karthus dies to the tower. Maybe he's going to try and help out here. That's going to be the ultimate being popped, but it does barely any damage at this point. That was a bit weird. That was a weird dive coming out from Talon. It was forced. They got a kill, at least onto Candy. Oh, Unified.
They know.
He has an idea something's up. He's like, why would an MF be right there? I haven't seen Sejuani for a bit. Ah, there it is, but he didn't react in time. There's a knock up into the Make It Rain. Nicely done. Unified taken down. JTeam able to find a couple kills on the map.
Nicely done. Again, this is JTeam here. Once they have a comfortable early lead, I think they're more one of the aggressive former LMS squads. But let's take a look at this dive again. So this was a little bit prolonged, right? So Flash being burned, and therefore Talon is a little bit comfy as long as the Renekton ult has expired. River tries to circle around. There's an upcoming minion wave, but it didn't turn out as expected, as soon as expected. So Hanabi decides to just get turret hits.
Yeah, he takes like a bunch of turret hits. Somehow River didn't get hit at all during the fight, so he gets executed at least. Bit of a weird one here, so we'll see how Talon reacts. They're now down about 1,000 gold. It's not the end of the world. Rift Herald will be secured, though. Get to see that gold graph right now. It looks like a lot. It ain't a whole lot.
Not a lot. Yeah, the first Rift Herald that we saw wasn't exactly maximized. Like, we thought that it would have been used at the top side as usual, or perhaps mid lane, to create more space for Candy. But in the long run, it was only not even a few plates actually at the bottom side of the map, as Lil V and Woody cleared that out no problem before the Rift Herald did any sort of impact. But I'm guessing based on their movements, perhaps they're aiming to just destroy this mid lane tower, as pretty much everything is still intact for JTeam at this point.
Still intact. And a bit of a reset now, as Woody's going to go ahead, get some vision down. It's about 2 minutes until the Mountain Drake joins us for the third one of the game. And it's just back to the clear.
I was about to tell a really funny story, because I got pranked in one of the show matches, like an online show matches.
How did you get pranked?
I was playing Anami. It was like a show match, a collegiate show match. I was one of the players in that one. I was playing Anami. One of my friends said, asks me a question while I was at the fountain. He said, do you know what a pirate says? And I was like, what? Then he goes ahead, goes over my keyboard, says, "Arr!" And then I ulted in the fountain. And then the people on stream were like, "Why would I do that? Like, that wasn't me." Just a random story I just realized.
You got a weird pranker on your that are pranking you apparently.
I am giving ideas to chat.
All right, next time Nova's playing, you can go upstairs. You can prank one of them. How about that?
To play.
Go prank. It was just a prank, all right? I swear.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, we don't want to turn into a prank channel now.
No, we're not. I
I'm trying
really
to
like
think the
that
last
skin.
time I got like pranked.
The pranked in a game.
Pranked in a game.
Yeah.
It's like back in probably Battlefield days.
What
Like
happened?
usually be able to kill each other with like helicopters and stuff. Like but just like slam, you get out right before it hits somebody. That was like the last time. I haven't really gotten pranked. I haven't had the opportunity, I think, to get pranked online or in a game. For
Maybe
like,
you should do the pranking.
for like 2 years. Well, because I've been gone from home for about 2 years, pretty much.
right.
So all the people I used to play with, they're back on another time zone. And unfortunately, 12-hour difference does limit your opportunities to play.
Yep. Yeah, that is tough. 12-hour difference.
Actually, I think the last time I got like heavily pranked and it drove me crazy. I had someone that we were playing like customs with on League. I think I got like 2 kills in bot lane as a jinx. I was all right, cool, really good start. Let me get some farm. I'll be very far ahead. And then my team's Trundle comes up early and proxies my wave.
Oh.
So I don't get any CS or gold off these kills.
What?
And it ends up happening. Hanabi, this is a reoccurring trend. You keep getting caught out here, my boy. As that's now his 3rd death of the game.
Very unfortunate here for Hanabi. I think probably trying to hope for... Not very sure what the plan was there.
Yeah, I don't really know what the plan was. All right, they're going to pop Rift Herald in mid. They'll at least maybe get that tower down. Oh, they don't even finish it off.
Another deny by JTeam. This happened at bottom lane earlier on the first Rift Herald, and now the second as well. So not a lot of value being acquired by Talon Esports on their Rift Herald takes so far. Requiem?
Requiem for who?
Who was low?
Oh, wait, no, that was Nesty that stole that away. He just used it
Oh,
so
okay.
he could use it.
I was like,
I was
no
like, wait
one
a
was
sec.
low.
I was like, wait a sec, Talon, how are
you doing that to your own team? Oop, Hanabi. Yeah. So he wanted to join his team.
No, they didn't let him join the team, right? They denied him.
It was cutting off the collapse path on the Hanabi. Not the best of starts on this set, but I guess as the game progresses, you are going to be that initiator, then probably die later.
Lil V's just farming up. You know what happens when an MF gets ahead. We saw that last gaming with Nova.
But do you see what I see, though? It's the return of Set at the opposite side of the map, rather on the team, and Misfortune once again. So I am expecting a lot of cancelled bullet times by Hanabi. We've seen that in a couple of matches already. So this is... I know this Misfortune is no stranger to the set.
So JTeam clear out some vision. We got Baron now, armed and ready to go.
Yeah, it's gonna be aiming for the flank later on for Hanabi.
As long as he doesn't get killed right away.
Yeah, that's true.
Like he technically had a flank last time and it didn't go well. Ooh, that double up coming out from the Misfortune onto Unified. Ends up taking a nice chunk.
Yeah, Trinity Force not yet completed for the Ezreal here on Unified, but rest. Be hunting. Not yet. Never mind.
He's like, I shall go back into the dark of the jungle. Looming forward. Unified teleports back to mid lane, just clearing off. Hanabi, I swear, he might have a tracker on this Renekton. He keeps running into rest non-top.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that was a little bit tricky. Quite thankful that the rest of the JTeam squad wasn't around for that. Are they hoping to collapse on this? Probably take the mid lane. But as Lil V, not even low,
Oh, Woody. Candy. Oh, he was hunting. Not able to get it. That's going to be the second tower for Talon. Meanwhile, top lane, though. The Silas has been able to get a push in and crash that wave down.
And
He's just using it so he just to say he used it.
yeah,
That's pretty much just
because
all.
it would be a waste if you don't use it.
If you let it time out, that's so sad, isn't it? You let it time out, and it's like, oh, I could have summoned a bunch of soldiers for a couple seconds. It felt really cool.
There is a satisfaction of just pressing R because you don't use it as much as the rest of the skills. It's like
Unless
it's a
you're like
psychological
Udyr.
thing, huh?
Unless you're Udyr.
Unless you're a deer,
Or
Nidalee, Karma, yeah,
Or like
Jace.
Jace, Elise, Zoe.
Yeah, the usual. But when it's in a relatively long cooldown, there's just that satisfaction of pressing R.
Not all of them have to be long cooldowns. You could just get 4 Cloud Drakes. And then cooldown reduction. And then everything is like pretty low cooldown.
It's like a QWE.
Yeah.
Turns to that.
So I think we had our fun today, Riku. I think that's what these two teams are establishing here. Is they're like, hey, you know what? You guys got all this action. You got like some throws left and right earlier.
Oh no, yeah.
You're not allowed to have any more of that. We're gonna play some. Like Korean League of Legends right now. We're gonna play some. You know what? Objectives only. Catch everything out if we can. Clear waves in mid lane.
Yep, that is the game plan. And
Maybe do some taxes on the side because that at this point you could.
well, 30 seconds on the clock. We might see a new fight soon.
Oh, okay. So one of them has their their iPhone on hand, and it's got a timer for every time there's a dragon. They're like, oh, I gotta play League.
That's how it works. Apparently, there's an alarm.
Oh, True Shot Barrage comes out. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage as the shield comes down from the Rakan.
Right now, they're primed in position. 7 seconds on the clock. We'll see, though. Hana.
Let's see. Rest is in behind the pit. Hanabi spots him out. This would be a 24-minute soul for JTeam if they're able to get it.
Yeah, Talon is just building a lot of pressure. Nesty probably trying to do a flank here. He's in prime position to just tackle a little V
River
there.
needs to get a little closer, but he can't. Kaiwing is trying to intercept any ultimate. River has to be careful. He's going to get close. They lose this. It is almost game over, and there it is. That's already soul secured on the side of JTeam. Now what can they do with it, though? That's going to be Hanabi getting taken down. There's the Dark Harvest, though, coming down. Candy's able to trade one back. But Talon just let that go.
They did.
It's just, oh, Woody?
Woody, bye.
Boom goes Woody.
Goodbye.
So Woody's down.
Woody and rest, too.
Still, Mountain Soul at 25 minutes now for JTeam. Talon just kind of let this early game go in favor of JTeam.
I want to correct myself. Yes, Nesty is on the same team as Lil V. I meant rest going over to Unify. They weren't able to get the flag that they wanted. Actually, they did. But then the Emperor's Divide really helped secure some sort of safety, and therefore Rest was unable to do much. JTeam, though, they still secure the Mountain Soul, so that's a huge W for them on that fight. Talon Esports at least get 2 kills as a consolation prize after that.
Yeah, but having those extra shields now, after a while now for JTeam, like, oh. Okay, like this is gonna hurt. Like, look at Woody's shield. Well, he got an extra 500 health. That's pretty much as River's doing right now with the Requiem before resistances until he gets. Okay, he's got level 11, so he does about 600 right now, 600 to 700. But still, but this is great for JTeam. That's the one Drake I think they'd be happy with. Any Drake, honestly, they'd be good with. But getting the Mountain Drake for the extra shield, that's very nice to see.
Again, Talon was undefeated until they met Alpha Esports, and now coming
now
from
they've
a
gone.
loss.
Maybe they've just gotten used to like, hey, we'll play slow, but guess what? JTeam, they're here to play, and they pick up another shutdown as Candy loses out on that one.
Exactamundo. JTeam, one of those former LMS teams that play a bit more aggressive, and it's working in their favor. And with that said, Candy, 33 seconds still. Let's see if they're able to harass and keep them at low HP
that
enough.
flank. Let's see. Baron has been started down to about 6,000 health.
Teleport.
River try and get in. Oh, that's a teleport. They're just going to go ahead and collapse. Talon, they're caught in between the Crocodile and the rest of the team. Kaiwing's going to get taken on down. No follow-up from the rest of the squad.
Ooh, nice.
Requiem is going to be stolen as well by Nesty. Okay. JTeam can just look to start pressuring this hard. Requiem's going to come out. A little chunk of damage onto multiple members. Let's see, River needs to get into this pit, somehow steal this one away. True Shot Barrage comes in to cut it down. River does not have Flash, though, available. He needs to move forward. JTeam taking some damage. There it is. They're able to land directly onto River, and he gets taken on down. Bullet Time able to secure this kill, and now comes down the haymaker from Hanabi. Unfortunately, Candy needs to make the big play here in the 1v5. He's able to get at least one shutdown, but it's a triple kill for JTeam.
I was a little bit worried there for Talon, but 1v5 on that Candy on the Azir would be a little bit impossible. JTeam, after that, oh wow, massive kills, and then getting that Baron as well.
And with that, Baron secured. It's still only about a 4,000, 5,000 gold lead, but unfortunately for Talon, things are starting to look a little grim if JTeam look to close this game out quickly.
Let's see this again. Candy was in a very nice position to try to poke them out later on into this fight. Rest also trying to find the opportunity. I was looking forward to Hanabi probably trying to cancel like the showstopper on towards the Misfortune, but no, he did not.
Woody.
He got Woody instead. That is supposed to be the rivalry. Like the #1 job of Stat is to just make a Misfortune's life miserable, but he got Woody instead, and Candy with the almost miracle slash and dash.
Yeah, unfortunately, he was one soldier a bit too short, and he wasn't able to actually get Nesty on the side. If he got that, he might have been able to make it work, but unfortunately for Talon and Candy, the miracle did not happen at that Baron fight. Now they find themselves 5,000 gold down the Mountain Soul. And we talk about Talon being like a slow team.
Yes.
This is like a snail's pace. This is extremely slow we've seen from them. Like, sure, they got the Karthus late game. I'll give them that. They're trying to make sure they can at least survive to that. But JTeam, if they keep pressuring here, which I hope they do, this should be a rather quick and easy closeout.
That's true. We did mention how we keep saying that Talon is one of the slowest teams in the PCS, and just booking that, or rather securing that Karthus jungle just made it even more
like maybe
slower.
there's the big brain play where they're like, all right, we let JTeam take all the Drakes and we can get Elder.
Oh yeah.
So there's still that possibility, but you know what? JTeam may not ever go for that Elder. They may ever not take that 50-50.
Yeah, because it's not like you're using like a Lee Sin or Jarvan.
It's not like it's needed at this point, because JTeam, they can keep catching out members like this in the jungle, and they don't even need an Elder if they want.
Yeah, that's 40 seconds on the clock for the Baron, and now that's Elder. Busy JTeam zoning them away.
Like, look, Lil V's just soloing it at this point.
Talon.
There's not a whole lot. Does River have his flash available? No, he doesn't. Blast Cone is up, but team does stop. Talon.
Ooh.
Oh, inside track onto this Elder. It's 5,000 health. Do you go for the 50-50 against the Sejuani? Equal level. Let's see. River over toward the side. Woody goes forward. He has to disengage, but guess what? Kaiwing gets chunked out to about half health. That's going to be Glacial Prison. Into the bullet time. They're not able to get a whole lot there. Into the showstopper. There it is. The rest is just history at this point. River's trying to kite back. Hanabi uses the haymaker, but he misses everybody. And JTeam, that's a clean game. It's the ace coming through. And Talon just don't look like the team that's at the top of the standings.
Wow, after losing last night, and now JTeam just destroys Talon tonight, ending in not only a dominating performance, but also a confident one at that as well. So,
like,
whew.
I don't understand Talon. They went for this composition. It was shut down so early. And like then, you saw the Elder Drake, it was just bait. They didn't ever intend to take it, but they do go ahead and finish off this game. 32 minutes, quick one coming out for JTeam.
A quick one indeed, and they seem to be unfazed by it as well. They seem, yeah, just another day at work.
Yeah, yeah. That was easy.
That was easy,
Like,
GG easy.
Just didn't really see no, didn't see Talon. I don't know what that, like they tried this cool comp. I was, oh yeah.
Hype, Karthus.
Hype, Karthus. Yes, it's like broken solo queue. And it's like, oh, okay. Oh, Hanabi, you're getting dove. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're trying to 1v5 at like 15 minutes. Like, what? Okay.
It was an interesting match. It's just that, you know, the JTeam really knew what their win conditions were. All they had to do was just strong arm and take advantage of how strong they are in the early game. And Resist basically also did a lot as the Renekton again. That's basically, if you put Renekton in the right hands, and especially as an aggressive team as JTeam, there gonna be no fearing the match, the battle, and that's what they did basically.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and take another look. I think we're going to look at the final Mountain Drake fight, where I think this game kind of, at this point, it felt lost on the side of Talon here, as with the Mountain Drake soul being secured, there's not a whole lot they were able to do for fights in the future from this.
There is no option of engage whatsoever. So what you plan to do is try to poke with Ezreal at that time, and as well as the Karthus, but the distance was just too far, and they were afraid of the hard engage by Hana with the Glacial Prison. So draft-wise, it's just so difficult to execute for Talon, and JT just really countered them in most divisions and most lanes in general.
Yeah. And even then, you have the Karthus ultimate coming up and getting Woody, but it was just too late at that point. And a quiet little murmur of a final game, I guess, we have coming out here. It was just kind of the JTeam show, and for Talon, a bit of an upset. Consider how JTeam has been a little bit shaky recently, especially, you know, coming off their off season where they lost multiple members from that LMS championship roster. And Talon, I wonder what has happened. It just did not look like the Talon team.
Yeah, a lot of the people from like the broadcast team placed them in like up there, but they
everyone,
seem like
majority of everyone voted for them today as far as the predictions went.
Yes,
like,
and they seem like a completely different team. Like they seem lost. I'm not very sure if it's because it was a different jungle, so they basically the whole team dynamics will change. Therefore, you won't be able to leave as much pressure to PK at the top side of them, or Hanabi rather at the top side of the map. Therefore, dives will be awkward because you can't really dive as like a Karthus, and therefore it's just snowballed out of control. And JTeam had the time of their life against JTeam. Must feel really good for them.
Yeah, with that, they're actually able to tie for second place and actually own the tiebreaker. Well, in theory, there's still another round robin to play. MVP going on over to Lil V, I guess.
Woohoo!
He got some decent damage out. He had a couple okay bullet times. See, I don't know, because I felt like it was up to Hanabi to stop these bullet times, and Hanabi was just like, I'll ult the
Woody?
Rakan.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Okay,
that
Hanabi.
was, I mean, I guess you were after maximum damage, but you were after the interrupt more.
Okay, if you want maximum damage, you get those Sejuani.
Yeah, you get the Sejuani. That's true.
Like,
actually, yeah. Why not?
Why would you get Woody? It's like, oh, I'm gonna take away this the quickness coming through. I guess maybe that's the idea.
Perhaps.
Who knows though? So congratulations going on over to JTeam. They're able to secure the victory for themselves at the end of the night as well. That's the end of week 2. 20 games in the books.
Woo!
Now it's just 18 next week, and then 18 after that, 18 after that.
Wow.
Oh my God,
that's
going
gonna
to
be
many games.
6 games per day now instead of 7.
6 games per day. We don't have to make up for Alpha as they are back into the action. So that is it for week 2. But you're probably wondering, what about week 3? Well, let's go ahead and take a look over toward that. So let's see the standings first. So these are the changes overall. JTeam was able to move up and tie Talon. Machi has dropped down. Liab able to find 5th in a tie there with Virginia. Alpha, they finally made their debut this weekend. We're able to go 2-3. We're close to making that 3-2. We're not able to. HKA now tied with Nova, as Nova has fallen quite a bit as they lost both their games, and Resurgence still at the bottom of the standings with no victories.
Yeah, a tough 2 weeks for Resurgence, but on the other hand, HQ undefeated, and JTeam, I mean rather Talon, with their 2 defeats after week number 2. This is I like the plot twist that is forming in the PCS.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look toward the schedule next week. As like we mentioned, we're going to shift back to 6 games a day. In day 1, we're going to have Nova taking on AHQ. We also got JTeam against Leah. We have a spicy matchups in between the Southeast Asia squads as well as the Taipei teams. And then Alpha making another 2-round appearance along with JTeam and Alpha. So we're going to see a couple of those squads go not back-to-back, but have a couple games in the same day.
Yep, 3, and I believe after that would be Machi, correct? Machi versus JTeam.
Machi versus JTeam, that'd be one of the highlight games to watch. I'm interested to see JTeam versus Liab, personally.
Yes, agreed.
I think that could actually be a rather close game, because, again, I felt like this game was just kind of given by Talon. It was a weird, really weird game we saw actually get played here. So, again, congratulations over to them as they're able to take over the win in victory overall. So.
Yep, must have felt good. That was just complete crushing victory by JTeam. Looking forward to more of their games, actually, especially when they're coming against Liab, who has been, both of them have been drafting quite spicy drafts so far in the tournament. Yeah.
Some spicy drafts.
Yeah.
You know, some Aphelioses getting through against Liab.
For sure, that's not gonna. I keep saying for sure, but I don't think.
Last time we said that, it still happened.
I should stop cursing it then. I should stop cursing it.
Against who, though? Liab are the ones that are getting it. That's like the hidden power. This is you helping out the squad once again.
But I am voting Liab. I mean, rather voting for whatever who their opponent is every single week.
Classic.
That's.
As always, guys, that was our predictions for the day. Me and Riku way off. We were way off today.
We were bad today.
We only got, what, 2 right? Yeah, we only got 2 right.
Rip.
Zagor was big brain, though. Zagor got a couple right on his
did.
end there. So good to see that. Of course, we'll get you guys updated. We'll get some numbers for that graphic. As well, you guys can be sure to follow the PCS over on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. You guys can get all the information regarding the PCS as well as news and updates regarding the teams and even roster changes. But I think for you and me, Riku, that is the end of our night.
We had a pretty long night, but I am satisfied with all the matches that we've seen so far. We got a few standard League of Legends and a few hot damn action. I like it.
Well, thank you guys for tuning on into the English broadcast of the PCS. We're going to be back next Friday. See you then.